All right, we're here with boys cross country coach Will Cottrell here on Media Day. Early in the season still, but I think you guys have had a couple of meets. Tell us, how's it going so far?
I think it's going really well. We've put in a lot of work. A lot of the guys have been working out with us since June. We started preseason workouts in June, just a few times a week. So a lot of these guys have been running for several months, and already we've seen some pretty great performances. Most of the guys are right around where I expected them to be, about 20 to 23 minutes for a 5K for most of them, which is great for a younger, lesser experienced team. And our returning top runner is also right about where I expected him to be, only a few seconds off of where he ended the season last year, which is a pretty great place to be 9 months after the season ended last year.
So you mentioned a pretty young team. How do you mix short-term goals with maximizing this season's top output, but with also building program for the future with your young group, and for you as a first-year head coach, just trying to establish the culture of what you want from this program?
I lean a lot on the older guys, and we're trying to establish a culture where we all appreciate running and we understand how to run competitively and as a race. It's more than just running for fitness. We're trying to run hard and race smart as well. And a lot of the older guys have been running longer. They have been running since their freshman or sophomore year. And after last year, when we didn't have any competitive racing, we were running what we would call time trials, where you're running alone just against the clock. A lot of these guys, this is the first time in a year or two where they've actually been on a line with a few dozen other runners. This weekend we're going down and they're going to be racing against a few hundred people all at once. So those older guys are really someone I'm leaning heavily on to remind them of what our culture used to be when we were racing really competitively a few years ago, and the kind of mentality that I'd like them to have, where we're enjoying it, where we're running hard, running smart, and they're all bonding really well. So it's going pretty well.
Awesome. All right, last question for you, Coach. Obviously, in a sport like cross country, where it's individual, but it's also a team, your time kind of doesn't lie. So, what would you say are your goals for maybe some of the top runners on the team, as well as just a team goal that you're hoping to accomplish when this season's all said and done come November?
Yeah, I would like to finish a couple places higher than we did in the VPL. A few years ago when we last had a VPL championship. I do think that we have a more consistent group. We're scored based on our top 5 runners, and so if we can get those second through fourth, because our top runner is a few minutes faster than everybody else, if we can get those second through fifth runners to be closer together at the finish of that race, I think we can move up a couple of places. I think time-wise, if we can get a couple of guys that haven't been under 20 minutes before, if we can get them under 20 minutes for a 5K and have a solid group between 18:45 and 19:45, I think that'll put us in that position. And our top athlete, we can get him back to where he was last year, right around 17:30 for a 5K or even better. I think that would definitely help our position. And that's all course dependent and competition dependent, but I think that we're on our way to getting there by the end of the season in just about a month and a half. So,
awesome. We'll let you get back to it, get out to practice, and best of luck the rest of the way this fall. And thanks for joining us today, Will. Appreciate it. All right, we're here with cross country senior Jackson Hart. Jackson, for you as a senior, being a leader on this team, it's a pretty young group. What's the biggest challenge, but also the most rewarding part of being a team captain?
Well, it's really nice to hang out with all the guys and push them out. And it's really not about their time. We don't worry about their time. Only top 5 finish really matters. We just want them to finish, and we want to have a love for running at the end of the day.
So I know you're an athlete that many coaches, I think we've noticed around this whole community, the improvements you've made, the hard work that you put in since you've been here for several years. What are you most proud of, or what's the legacy that you want to leave as a cross-country runner here in the boys program?
Well, I used to play football freshman year, and I transitioned to cross-country my sophomore year. And that was a big transition for me. I went from a not too fast, not very athletic, but I'm getting there now, and I hopefully play college cross next year. Well, I don't know. I wanted to have fun running. It's a super fun thing to do. I actually learned to love it, and I just want them to help when they get older into upperclassmen, they can help their underclassmen get better and learn to love it.
All right, thanks so much, Jackson. Appreciate the time, and good luck this season. Keep getting faster.
Yes, sir. Thank you.